Hey, welcome to the Thyme Garden. Today we're going to plant some hop rhizomes. Today is going to be the unrooted one. And this is a typical looking rhizome right here. You have 2 rows of buds. And occasionally you might just get 1 row. That'll be the end of the runner, the rhizome that was under the ground. But it'll typically have more buds on it. Whereas this one here, you can see it has one here, it's got a dormant one there. So, you know, there's a couple on each ring. But you should get 2 rings generally, and the piece is usually 5 to 6 inches long. Okay? Alright, so I got a hole dug here about, I'm going down about 1 foot, and I'm going to mix some compost in there so it has a lot of nutrients. We'll do that first. Stir that up a little bit. And this is different kinds of manure that have broken down for about a year. I want to put the hot stuff in there. I'm just going to keep working soil in. I'll do a little more compost. We're planting ours 3.5 feet apart, the spacing. If you're going to grow them for cones, though, generally they're planted 7 feet apart. The rows are 7 feet apart, and in the row, the plants are 7 feet apart. So it's 7 by 7. Or you can do it more intensely, like we're doing, 3.5 feet apart. But we're growing them for the rhizomes, so we're gonna try to develop this area that makes it easy for them to grow runners for us to harvest. Okay, keep this up. This is 4th of July. It's hotter than Hades, and not the optimum time to plant. Generally, you're going to want to plant in April or May, or even March, depending on where you're at. We've had these in cold storage. They're still in pretty good shape in our walk-in cooler. So we're getting to them when we can get to them. We get all kinds of other directions we go here at the Thyme Garden. Okay, there's 2 ways to plant it. You could either plant them horizontally, about 1.5 inches under the soil, or vertically. I kind of like vertically if the rhizome is in this setup here. The advantage of that is I'm going to put this bud about 1.5 inches below the soil. Today I'm shooting for just about soil level, because we're going to add compost, 1.5 to 2 inches of compost on top of that. So it'll finish off around 2 inches below the soil. This set of buds, not the top here, but the buds themselves. Now the advantage of planting vertical, if something happens up here, it freezes off, rodent eats it, you cut it off accidentally, then it has this backup set of buds to produce another plant. Okay, so I'm going to stick that in there right about there. That should be about even with the soil, with the top of what we have here. Then we're going to mound it up. I'm going to mark it so I don't lose where it is, so I know where to water it. You can see a lot of grass and stuff. We just tilled this yesterday, and it was just grass like you see behind me. What we're going to do is we've picked a lot of the stuff, weeds and grass roots and stuff, out of the general area that we're planting these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back when we get done planting, and we're going to put 4 layers of newspaper down, and then we're going to cover that over with about 1.5 inches of this compost. That's going to hold the paper down from blowing away, and it's going to keep the ground moist, and it's going to suppress the weeds. By the time that breaks down and the grass, before the grass can come up through the bottom, hopefully it'll rot and biodegrade and turn into compost. And so far that's worked pretty good for us. Anyway, that's okay now. So that's about good there. I'm going to put a little more compost on top of that. I get my manure and all stuff that's cleaned out of barns and that the year before, and break it down for a year. And so this is what I collected last year. So now I kind of make a little well around that, you see there, and that'll make it easy for me to water those in real deep with a bucket of water. Then later on we'll do some overhead watering. Alright, that's it.